you had that third failure in a row, did you think, I need to pack this in?
Never.
Why not?
I don't ever give up. I mean, I'd have to be dead or completely incapacitated.
But there are American heroes who don't like this idea. Neil Armstrong, Gene Cernan have both testified against commercial spaceflight in the way that you're developing it, and I wonder what you think of that.
I was very sad to see that, because those guys are, those guys are heroes of mine, so it's really tough. I wish they would come and visit and see the hardware that we're doing here. And I think that would change their mind.
They inspired you to do this, didn't they?
Yes.
And to see them casting stones in your direction.
It's difficult. Probably not the guy that most people would bet on.
Who wins?
It's like a little kid fighting a bunch of sumo wrestlers. Usually the sumo wrestlers win. We're a little scrappy company. Every now and again, a little scrappy company wins. And I think this will be one of them.
Everyone from the Doge community that's in here tonight, I want you to listen to me very carefully. Right at this moment, I want you to stop what you're doing. Even anything else you might be doing, we'll have in the stream. And I want you to look. I want you to look at that computer screen monitor or that TV screen in front of you with that thumbnail art and my voice coming through to you right now. And I want you to understand one big, simple, epic concept. We are going to win. We are going to win. We are going to win. We've got the Doge momentum. Can you dig it?
Maybe have some fun. I mean, it's like there's a good chance that crypto is the future currency of Earth. Right. And then it's like, well, which one is it going to be? Like, what would be the most ironic outcome? That the currency that was invented as a joke, in fact, becomes the real currency.
Right. Wow. No, absolutely. So, to the moon.
To the moon.
When you had that third failure in a row, did you think, I need to pack this in?
No.
Why not?
I don't ever give up.
What's going on? What's going on, guys? This is your man, Real Deal, Steele, coming to you live this Monday night, April 4th, 2021. One for the record books, of course, and we all know what we're talking about. And we are going to get down to all of that tonight, Boppers. So settle in, whether you got some chamomile tea or a stiff cocktail or something in between, because we are going to get down to it, Boppers. We're going to get down to it. Before we begin, if I could just ask you to smash that like button. It's the number one thing you can do to help the channel out, work through those tricky YouTube algorithms. And also, if you're brand new here, I'd like to personally welcome you. You're watching Steven Steele Live. I'm, of course, Steven Steele. It's great to have you with us. And we've got just an extraordinary little community here, and I would love to have you be a part of it. So feel free to hit subscribe, hit on that notification bell, and ascend with us to the moon, Mars, and beyond, Definitely some interesting stuff to talk about tonight, for sure, folks, for sure. If you feel compelled to super chat anywhere throughout the duration of this broadcast, it's obviously hugely appreciated for all the time and efforts put in. And I am fired up and ready to go, to put it mildly, gang, to put it mildly. Great to have you guys with us tonight. Who's active in the chat so far? Let's see. We've got RW, we got Keith Havens, we've got the Beef Supreme, we've got Alan Schneider, we got Esteban, we've got Julio as well, we got Bass Fisher, we've got Hump Deezy. Hump Deezy, haven't seen you in a few. Good to see you in the mix. Stormer 144, good to see you. And who else do we got? Para Diddle, trucking all day. Leo, Sleepy Random, Frank, Mr. Kai Lin, good to see you. Who else? Slim Goody. I like that. There actually used to be a music store back in the day when people went to those called Sam Goody. Nathaniel Smith and Marco coming to us from West Texas. Link, and the list goes on. A few super chats starting off right. Appreciate it, guys. Josh Randell, just Savals kicking things off with a $10 super chat. So good to see you again, Steel fam. Yes, indeed. Steel, the community here is just extraordinary. It's always great connecting with you guys. Thank you for that, Josh. And a $5 super chat from Julio. Thank you so much, Julio. Appreciate your continued support. You guys help. Thanks. Thanks for helping to keep the lights on over here at Steel HQ. At the time that we went live, we are now coming in strong. Dogecoin at 15 cents, folks. 15 cents. This is the most movement we've seen on Dogecoin in about a couple months. Let's put things in perspective here. Right now, the buy and sells are coming in a mile a minute. Volume is high, and we seem to be trading right around the 15 cent mark. Now, if we look at Dogecoin, over the past day, we're up another 3% today, in addition to what we are up over the last day before that. So the week has just started. So we're up already 4% at the beginning of this week in total. For the month, Dogecoin is up a whopping 22%. Very significant movement. I tweeted this out earlier, but listen, folks, the moving averages for Dogecoin on both a 20-day chart and the 50-day look very good. You know, also all the charting that I've been looking at looks really promising. There's no guarantees in any of this stuff, but from everything that I've seen and my experience with all these kinds of things, to me, it looks like Dogecoin could very well be poised for another massive breakout, far and beyond the 15 cent that we are looking at right now. And we are already seeing some really incredibly positive movement for Dogecoin just at the beginning of this week. We saw Dogecoin go up to about somewhere around 15.5 cents this morning when the Elon Twitter news broke. And then there was a sell-off, but now we are seeing people buy back in. We are ascending again. We are essentially looking at new floors being established as we gear up to go what I believe very well may be a parabolic ride, folks. So stay tuned. Let's see. Jason Huffman coming in with a $10 super sticker with the superhero flying pair. I love it. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. Mama Crypto also holding it down. Appreciate you. Thank you for being an awesome mod. So unless you're living under a rock, the news was released this morning that Elon Musk is now Twitter's number one shareholder. This is obviously massively epic news, and news I didn't really expect this soon in the game. It was something that I suspected, but I didn't expect it to happen this quickly. Now, to be clear, Elon Musk bought these shares in mid-March, so maybe about a week and a half ago, around there, maybe 2 weeks tops. But the filings and the reports, the information was released today. This is very interesting. This puts a new lens on what's happening in many regards. Some of you know that Elon Musk responded to me last week when I tweeted out something to the effect of, the great thing about Elon Musk starting his own platform or purchasing Twitter is the fact that he will install a Dogecoin tip jar, to which Elon responded with a 100% emoji. This made some considerable waves, particularly for a smaller account like mine. And this was an incredible kind of confirmation, right? And what we know now is that Elon Musk had already, at that time he responded to me, it was either right around the time he was purchasing those Twitter shares or right before it or right after it. I have to look into it further. So just an interesting timeline of events there. Me having that interaction with him and then us learning the news that came out this morning. So this is just extraordinary. Now, what I said, I also came out with a video short directly following that interaction with Elon, wherein I expressed that I felt like Elon Musk was on the cusp of changing the paradigm as it relates to social media and culture. He is kind of at the forefront of this, almost by default, due to his resources and influence. Now, one of the main things, one of the best strategies one can do when tackling corruption and changing a corrupt culture is simply buying out those people on their turf, buying them out on their turf. And obviously that's what we are seeing here. As of right now, Elon Musk owns just about 9% of Twitter, the far and away the largest shareholder of Twitter to date right now. Now, why would Elon Musk do this? Folks, Elon has made himself very clear on his criticisms of Twitter over the last month, particularly as it relates to free speech, particularly as it relates to decentralization and the lack of, and a few other things as well. Now, if there's some weird reason that Elon Musk or somebody that knows him listens to this stream, I have a message for Elon. Elon, please tackle the shortcomings of Twitter aggressively. Please tackle these shortcomings of Twitter aggressively and in detail. These people cannot be trusted, not even with you as a shareholder. You are going to have to get your hands dirty, get down in the trenches of what's going on with these Twitter staffings and their teams. It's very insidious, and we need to root them out. And you need to have a very hands-on approach when it comes to that in order for that to happen, or these things are not going to change the way that you want them to, the way that the people want them to. We have been on an insane Orwellian trajectory over the past few years that's been on steroids, arguably, over the last year. Folks, this is beyond politics. Let me tell you something. On Twitter, which has become the de facto public square, let's face it, if you espouse even a hint of the wrong opinions, the wrong perspective on any number of topics, and not only that, all of your political opinions and personal opinions could align with the current thing or whatever the Twitter staff responsible for these decisions is at the time, you could simply be tweeting a lot about an interest that they don't care for. Like Dogecoin. Like cryptocurrency. Yes, that is being happened. Folks are being shadow banned, ghost banned, and suspended. Unduly, unjustified, merely for having interests they don't care for. Merely for having interests they don't like. These folks are micromanaging and curating society, not only to diminish the opinions they don't care for, but to also diminish simply topics and points of interest and hobbies they don't like. This has got to end. And Elon Musk is far and away, obviously, the best person to change this trajectory, to change this. But he's got to get into the guts of Twitter. This has got to happen. This has got to happen. Folks, if you were to do an in-depth search of the status of your Twitter account right now, I would dare say that half of you watching this stream right now are currently under ghost ban, are currently under shadow ban, are currently under reply deboost. Why? Because you probably tweet about Dogecoin. You probably tweet about an interest that they don't care for. It really comes down to that. This is bullying to the highest degree, and it's got to stop. We've got to put a stop to this. And Elon, or if anyone close to Elon's listening, this is an awesome first step. I am overwhelmed with encouragement to see that you've done this, but it's got to go a step further. I hope, Elon, I hope you even buy more shares. I hope you even buy more influence there, because that's probably what it's going to take. These folks aren't going to go quietly. They think that they are entitled to the curation of our society. And just like the maniacal thinking process that you see in every comic book movie, where you have the talk at the end of the film, towards the end of the film, during or after the great battle between the hero and the villain, the hero always asks, why did you do it? Why were you trying to take over the world with this insidious plan, right? And then the supervillain always says something like, oh yeah, you don't understand. The world would be perfect if it was just in my vision. I know it restricts your free. I know it may restrict people's freedoms and their liberties, but if they would just do it the way I envisioned, there'd be no more war, there'd be no more famine, there'd be no more disease. It's this kind of thinking that leads to a very dark future, and a dark future that I think very few of us want. Nostalgic J coming in with a $20 super chat. Just opened my phone to some Steele. Yes, please. Nostalgic J, thank you so much. Appreciate that. Nostalgic J is awesome. Thank you for tuning in, man. Thank you for your support. So, yeah, I'm going off tonight because I've had it. I've had it with this shit. It's enough. And we've got to rise up, and Elon Musk is rising up. And I'm just trying to use the small platform I have to try to get it to somebody close to Elon. This message needs to be heard. Elon's got to get aggressive about getting into the guts of the workings of Twitter and the censoring culture surrounding it and the suppression surrounding it. And folks, this isn't just about politics. This isn't just, let me reiterate that. This isn't just Twitter suppressing people's particular opinions on political topics or perspectives in that regard. This is them literally suppressing just interests and hobbies that they don't care for. They are shutting and suppressing those people down. Do you realize that nearly every Doge-centric Twitter account right now is being suppressed, is being severely throttled? Why? Why? We want answers. We want answers. Like I said, I guarantee you guys, if you would do a shadow ban search on your Twitter account, more than half of you will find that you're either ghost banned or all out shadow banned, or you're having your replies deboosted. Why? Because a small group of Silicon Valley elites have decided that they don't like dog money, that they don't like something you said about a certain topic at one point in time. You're not in the club of correct think, according to them. You've espoused something that was wrong think, or even just having an interest they don't care for. This is insanity, and it's bullshit, and it's got to stop. It's got to stop, and they're not going to go quietly, and the only way it's going to happen is if Elon gets into the guts of this, folks. He's got to get into the guts of this and root it out, and leave these people with an ultimatum. Get rid of this bullshit or get out. Okay? That's the only way it's going to happen. I think this is a tremendous first step. Anyway, please, anyone close to Elon watching this, if any way this message can get to him, please let him know. Please. I think this is, and I think the importance of this cannot be stated enough. The importance of this is literally, our free society is on the line to a degree here. The kind of culture that Twitter has been fostering. Look, we even had Jack, the former CEO of Twitter, make an astonishing statement of omission just the other day. And I'm going to go to that statement right now, and I'm going to read it for you guys. Just give me a moment while I pull up Jack Dorsey's Twitter right now. So Jack Dorsey, just the day before yesterday, tweeted this out. The days of Usenet, IRC, the web, even email were amazing. Centralized discovery and identity into corporations really damaged the internet. I realize I'm partially to blame, and I regret it. Just an astounding statement of omission from Jack Dorsey. Essentially, what we are dealing with right now is a collusion of powerful corporations with Silicon Valley elites to dictate the conversation and dictate culture. And this powerful collusion between the two has really been stagnating, not only stagnating growth and stagnating great ideas, but destroying good ones and destroying better aspects of our culture. It's got to end. Folks, they've declared a freedom of speech war on you. Jack, and I want to give it up to, because I was aware of this, but I got a good reminder of it. Josh, I don't know if Josh Randell is watching, but he sent me something. And because I remember this. I remember this back from 2018, maybe 2019. Okay, but Jack, this is where Jack's mind was at in 2018. He retweeted an article on Medium that was written. The title of the article was "The Great Lesson of California and America's New Civil War." And basically the essentially the take of this article was why there's no bipartisan way forward at this juncture in our history. One side must be defeated and must win. Okay? And guess which side was that? Personally, I think these left versus right paradigms are completely antiquated and stupid and unnecessarily divisive. But this is not the mentality that Jack had in 2018. This is not the mentality of EV, who tweeted this article out, and the author of this article, which says essentially that anything outside of their particular brand of progressive ideology must be smashed and defeated to save our society, whatever. This is ridiculous. So Jack Dorsey, the former CEO, this is the mentality that he espoused during the majority of his tenure as CEO, and he hired accordingly. Now, I believe what we're dealing with is the awareness that Jack Dorsey regrets many of his decisions. He realizes that he's created an absolute monster, and he wants to try to fix it. I think it's very probable that Jack Dorsey has been in regular close contact with Elon Musk about these issues. And I think he's had a change of heart. As the old saying goes, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. I do think Jack Dorsey, at his core, is probably a decent guy who had good intentions. And I think he's realizing that now. And I think he stepped down as CEO. One of the main reasons is because of all of this, is because the monster that he helped create got so out of control that he had a whole team that was working to literally undermine him. Towards the end of Jack Dorsey's tenure as CEO, he started to try to kind of shift things back in favor of freedom of speech and freedom of expression, but things were too far gone. Things were too far gone, and I think that he felt defeated. And I think his efforts to bring things back into balance were failing. And I think that is part of the reason why he stepped down. So, I think I put that in the high probability category that Elon Musk has been in direct talks with Jack Dorsey how to remedy what I have been talking about. Now, do not underestimate the folks that are trying to stop this from happening. Elon Musk may be the largest shareholder right as to date in Twitter. Jack Dorsey may be even more favorable to the ideas and perspectives of Elon Musk than to many of his staff. That's probably the case at this point too. However, the current CEO of Twitter gives me the exact opposite impression, number one. Number two, I can't state enough, they've got to get aggressive on this or it's not going to change. I don't want a Twitter that swings way the other way in favor of another partisan camp. We just want an equal playing field. We want a level playing field where the public gets to decide what ideas and what topics and what interests they want to be involved in, and let the growth happen from there on its own accord. Julio coming in with a $10 super chat for the passion tonight and the info. We want chart analysis more often. Firstly, thank you, Julio, and thank you for your comments. And I will try to do more chart analysis. Honestly, I'm not the best TA guy. I understand TA very well. Something I need to work on is I digest and I understand technical analysis very, very well, but the way I articulate it and talk about it is not the smoothest. It's just not. I wouldn't say it's my specialty, but it is something that I will work on more. Speaking of which, you guys, Dogecoin is absolutely blossoming. Look at that huge green candle tonight. We are at 1526 right now. The buys are definitely outpacing the sells. What you're looking at right now is a 15-minute chart, and things are looking really good. It would not surprise me if things remained bullish throughout the rest of this night into tomorrow, into the whole week, frankly. Now we are seeing and of course, the entire crypto market kind of doing increasingly better as we see Bitcoin up 20% over the last month, 1.4% for the day, and about trading sideways when you consider the last 7 days. Bitcoin right now trading just under 47,000. Ethereum, of course, finally made its way above 3,500 today, which I think is very significant and a great sign. Ethereum, of course, up about 5% for the week, about 1% over the last 24 hours, and trading modestly higher over the last hour. I do think that Ethereum will probably keep trading around or above 3,500. Lunaterra, let's touch on them real quick. Lunaterra is trading right at about little over about 106, going on $117, up 2.5% for the day, up a whopping 12% for the week, and an even more whopping 43% for the month. Lunaterra is, of course, essentially tethered to Bitcoin, as demonstrated by their enormous regular Bitcoin purchases. Again, I hate to keep saying it, but I am very bullish on the future of Lunaterra. You guys know I have been for quite some time. And now here we are, Lunaterra just showing incredible growth with healthy retracements that show no signs of slowing down. So anyway, back to Dogecoin. Doge just absolutely breaking out right now and continuing to do so. The most important thing right now as it relates to both Bitcoin, Ethereum, and most others on the top 15, 20 cryptocurrencies, Dogecoin is breaking out more significantly than most all of those. Again, marching to the beat of its own drum more often. And this is what we want to see. We started to see this about a week and a half ago, and it's been happening more and more at a regular pace. Those of you who watch the show regularly know that I explicitly expressed this on my last broadcast several times, where I said you can expect to see Dogecoin gallop more and more to the beat of its own drum and really asserting itself with bullish breakouts that are outside of Bitcoin, outside of Ethereum, despite being in a Bitcoin dominant market. I think this is a wonderful sign for Dogecoin. I think it's a wonderful sign for crypto because to me, these are the beginning signals of a market that's not going to be always Bitcoin dominated. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I do think there's going to be a day within the next 22 months or so wherein Ethereum's market cap will supersede Bitcoin's, perhaps not permanently, perhaps for maybe even a day or a week or a few days, but that is going to happen. I believe a strong possibility that that's going to happen within the next 2 years or less. When that does happen, I believe that the curtain will be pulled back, that curtain of Oz, and that assumption that we will always be living in a Bitcoin-dominated crypto market will be crushed. And then the possibilities from there, I think, could really flourish, particularly as it relates to the other highest utility coins in the market. As Billy Marcus said last week, he really preferred that people stopped referring to Dogecoin as a cryptocurrency and more referring to it as a digital currency. I thought this was a very good criticism. I thought this was actually pretty sage advice on his part. And Remy thinks so too. Remy thinks that Dogecoin should be a digital currency and be referred to that more so than cryptocurrency. Isn't that right, Remy? Yeah, I know. Good girl. Yes, this Remy has become, I think, the official kind of permanent fixture, co-host of the show. And so she wanted to say hi to you guys. She needs her screen time. You know, she likes the attention. She likes the attention. The real life Doge here, folks. The real life Doge. So this is all very encouraging stuff here, folks. Remy, calm down. Calm down, sweetie. Mr. Lynn coming in for $2 super chat. Dogementum is inevitable. I agree with you, my friends. I agree with you. Dogementum is inevitable. people still ask me, do you think Dogecoin is going to get to $1? I think that. I don't think it's a matter of if, simply a matter of when. I do think that 2022 could be still an incredibly massive bullish year for Dogecoin, bullish year for crypto, really. Now that we are seeing a number of factors really take form and really come to play. Bank's done, celebrating 11 months of membership. Time flies when you're having fun. I love it. Has it been almost a year together, Bank's done? Thank you so much. Thank you, my longtime members. Really appreciate you guys. Thank you for the continued support. Hugely appreciated. Dogecoin, she's got a squeaker, fellas. She's got a squeaker. It's this orange monkey looking character. Here you go, Rem. Yeah, so anyway, let's get to my notes finally. I haven't had a chance to take a look at them. Obviously, we're going to keep talking about Elon Musk's huge big-time play of assuming $3 billion in stake in Twitter. CoinDesk reporting Elon Musk purchases $3 billion in Twitter. Dogecoin consequentially spiked 10% as Elon Musk revealed that he had over 9.2% stake in Twitter, worth around $2.88 billion. Data shows that Doge jumped from 14.3 cents to over 15.6 cents in several minutes after the reports of Musk's stake came out this morning. At the time of writing, prices fell. They did fall, but they've been coming up again while we are on the air tonight. Could we see an all-time high for the day while we were on the air? I wouldn't take it off the table. The bullishness continues here with healthy retracements. Things are looking good, folks. I think this is particularly a good sign because we've already seen the sell-offs from the initial news of Elon this morning, and we saw things stabilize at or around 14 cents throughout the day, like it had been doing the last several days. But now we are sending comfortably past 15 cents into all-time high for the day territory. So this shows that the effect of the news as it relates with Elon and Twitter is likely having a more permanent effect on the value of Dogecoin. And obviously we love this, and this is what we want to see. And I think this is more than likely what's happening. Mama Crypto coming in with a $5 super chat. When Remy sticker, need. We love Remy. Co-hostess with the mostest. Thank you, Mama Crypto. And I agree. You know what? Thank you for the reminder. I'm going to get a Remy sticker, a Remy emoji for the members this week. Okay, I'm going to get a Remy emoji for the members this week. So thank you for your continued support and being an awesome mod, Mama Crypto. Sliding Edge celebrating 11 months of membership, almost a year. Sliding Edge, appreciate you, man. Woohoo! He said, let's go all-time high. I love it. Let's do it. Let's do it, folks. Let's keep ascending. And then, my goodness, I gotta make sure it's not a mirage. A big red bar on the screen, on the scene, if you know what I mean. Haven't seen one of those in a long time, folks. That's $100 to make you holler from longtime supporter and friend to the community, Johnny Ybarra. Out of sight, my friend. Thank you so much. Thank you for that huge support, and thank you for helping to keep the lights on over here at Steele HQ. Hugely appreciate you, man. Johnny Ybarra, been here since the very beginning. Those of you who've been around here for a while are no stranger to Mr. Ybarra. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you. That's I'm humbled. What else can I say? I'm humbled, and thank you very much for the support, man. I don't know what else to say. Thank you, man. Thank you, Johnny. Sliding Edge coming in with a $10 super chat. All-time high. Yes, indeed. Let's get there. Let's get there, folks. Let's see the ATH tonight. For the day, anyway. For the day. I think the all-time high this morning was around 5.6. So if we could get above there, I definitely think it's on the table, given the kind of trajectory we're seeing here. Dogecoin hanging in still comfortably above 15 cents, folks. 15 cents on that 15-minute chart. That's what you're looking at. And also Johnny Ibarra, VIP member now for 9 months. Thank you so much, Johnny. Have been out for a while, but glad to be back. Remy is adorable. Still buying Doge, he said. I'm still buying it too, my friend. I just picked up a little bit today. In fact, I picked up a little bit more Dogecoin today and Lunaterra today. So, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. This is a journey, folks. This is a journey, and I've really tried to build a show and build a community here that is long-term, that's geared towards long-term friendships, long-term fun, and community, and a sustainable community here. And it's great to have you guys all with for the ride. And you know, the ascension to the moon can't be all easy, because that's what makes the taste of victory so sweet. And we're gonna get there, folks. And we're already seeing it today with a huge bit of news. I think what's happening here, I do believe that we are in the middle of a cultural sea change, a paradigm shift. You know, Elon Musk, you know, it's not that I just automatically agree with everything the guy says and does, but let's be honest here, he is probably our best chance, you know, in terms of being a bastion and a fighter for free speech and the exchange of ideas, and fighting against this big tech oligarchy. I don't really know how to put it. That's been very Orwellian. I think he's the guy to do it. I think he's the guy with the resources, and the moxie. So this is incredibly good news, and it's obviously been directly impacting Dogecoin in a very favorable way. Again, Elon Musk confirmed with me last week that if he were to buy Twitter or start his own social media platform, that he would enact a Dogecoin tip jar. Now, this isn't 100%. I mean, he responded to my sentiment on Twitter with 100% emoji, but this is obviously something that's on his mind. This is obviously an idea that he really likes. I think that we could probably expect an official Dogecoin tip jar function on Twitter probably within the year, folks. Again, this is going to be just another pivotal moment on mass adoption and recognition of Dogecoin. Dogecoin developer Tim Stebbings tweeted out a couple days ago. He said, you know, all my friends that I've been talking to that are just getting into cryptocurrency now are all saying that their go-tos on their portfolios are consisting of three things. They're consisting of Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Dogecoin. And I think that's what we're seeing, despite Dogecoin, I think, being maybe numbered 11 right now in market cap. In terms of popularity and name recognition and cryptos that new investors default to when purchasing, Dogecoin is right up there, folks. It's right up there. It's in the top three. Sorry, I just got to adjust my camera. It's bothering me. It's in their top three. And I think this is I think we're going to see a reflection of that as time goes on. I think we're going to see what's happening out there with new investors accumulating with current investors. I think that's going to reflect in the market cap value long-term on Dogecoin, wherein we see it come up in the top 5, 4, and perhaps 3 and stay there as well. In fact, I'd probably put it at a pretty high probability that we do see Dogecoin hover right around the top 3 and number 3 market cap position for the long term, which is obviously be really awesome. Alan Schneider coming in with celebrating 10 months of membership. Love this community. Thanks to everyone. And Steven, yes indeed, yes indeed. Thank you so much, Alan. Appreciate you. Elon said a week ago that he was starting part 3 of his master plan. Must have meant Twitter. Absolutely, I do think that was a strong signal ahead of what happened, Slim. I think that's a good observation. Christopher says, if it wasn't for shadow ban and other factors, Doge would have smashed $1 on SNL. You know, there's no way to really tell. But between the level of suppression, both that Robinhood was responsible for, and that social media has been responsible for, it wouldn't surprise me at all. Do you realize that right now Dogecoin is being actively suppressed on a massive level? That most people that tweet and talk a lot about Dogecoin on Twitter are either ghost banned, shadow banned, or have replied deboosting and acted on their accounts. Yes, this is happening on most Doge-centric Twitter accounts. Stephen, would this mean that the former president Trump would be unbanned on Twitter? Would this freedom of speech move outrank Facebook? Yeah, I mean, that's an interesting question, and one we've been seeing asked today. Should Elon Musk advocate to get the former president unbanned from Twitter? It raises a couple interesting questions and dynamics, because Trump and his team have also launched their own platform, Truth Social. But I gotta say, I've been pretty underwhelmed with the launching process of Truth Social. Most people haven't had access to it. Most people are on this very long waiting list that's probably going to rival the wait times of Robinhood. I think I'm number 400 and some thousand. And yes, I did sign up for a profile on Truth Social. I'm not opposed to using it, but they really need to get their act together if they want to be a formidable alternative. So my question is, even if that were afforded to him, would Donald Trump take it? He probably would, but what would that mean for Truth Social? I don't know, because the Truth Social essentially started due to the former president being deplatformed. I want to add another thing. I'm just a proponent of free speech. I do think there should be some common sense limits to it, but not nearly. But to the degrees that we're seeing now, they abolish and supersede common sense. So I don't mean to get down in a particular any partisanship, and if I'm coming across partisan in any of you, that's not my intention. I just want an equal playing field for all. I know the former president harbors some very strong feelings on one way or the other. I get that. But the fact that big tech is able to deplatform a sitting president of the United States, I found rather disconcerting personally. But Elon can buy that platform too and merge it all into Truth Doge Social. RW says Truth Doge Social. Yeah, that'd be a pretty interesting amalgamation. Let's see. Audio Freak says, with no market cap and zero profits, Steele coin will be the #1 coin market cap. I love it. Audio Freak, yes. I'm working on another Steele coin video right now, guys. It'll be out in the next couple days. RW says, I'm ready for those mean tweets. I don't think most folks would take some mean tweets over 40% inflation rates. Let's see here. Next story. Morning Glory. Fortune magazine writes this afternoon, Dogecoin spikes 10% as Elon Musk takes an almost $3 billion stake in Twitter. Elon Musk has dramatically impacted the price of Dogecoin yet again, but this time he didn't even mention it. It was revealed on Monday that Musk took 9.2% stake in Twitter, a stock purchase just worth under $3 million. Now, why did Doge spike? Why did Doge spike in relation to this news? That is the first question. Okay. Perhaps we had something to do with it, guys. Perhaps. Because when Elon Musk responded to my tweet, he was essentially confirming that he loves the idea of enacting a Dogecoin tip jar if he were to take over Twitter or start his own social media platform. Okay, so that was confirmed. At the very least, it was confirmed that Elon Musk loves that idea. Now, we're seeing a Dogecoin spike in relation to people learning about Elon Musk becoming the #1 shareholder of Twitter. So it stands to reason that perhaps the main reason why Dogecoin is rising as a consequence of this news is because people know that one of the effects of this news is a Dogecoin tip jar on Twitter, which would, I believe, have massive consequences for the adoption and recognition of Dogecoin. Let's see here. Jason Huffman coming in large, making it rain with $50 super chat. Thank you so much for that. Very humble, Jason Huffman. Appreciate your continued support. I love it. I love it. We got the hippo popping out of the treasure chest, making it rain. You gotta love a hippo making it rain. Thank you so much, Jason. Appreciate you so much. We got some great folks here. I tell you, got some great folks. Audio Freak is chalking up to the Steele effect. Sleepy says Steele coin literally cannot go tits up. You know, the great thing about the great thing about being involved with Steele coin is I can promise you guys without a shadow of a doubt that you will not lose any money. It is the most sure cryptocurrency project you can back. It's the surest thing out there. Steele coin is the first meme coin to be just a meme. So, let's see here. I wonder if Elon did a buy limit on those Twitter shares. I mean, good question, my friend. Good question. Yeah, I tweeted something out earlier today. Look, in a nutshell, the things that I would love to see be enacted and change in Twitter, in the hands of Elon Musk being the largest shareholder, are as follows here. What I would really like to see, and I think the most impactful changes, and I'm speaking broadly here, folks. I'm speaking broadly here, is more free speech, more decentralization, less bots, less spam, an edit button, and last but certainly not least, the Dogecoin tip jar. The thing is with the edit button, you got to be careful, right? I think there should be some limitations to the edit button. Perhaps like a 5-minute or a 10-minute after you tweet something, you have the ability to edit it, because one of the dangers of having an unrestricted edit feature on Twitter is people could tweet something and it could kind of like get some legs, and then they could edit and completely change the whole tweet and the whole tweet of what people were responding favorably to. Therefore completely changing the message and the framing. It could be a real bait and switch scenario that I don't think would be good, but I think the solution to that would be an edit option wherein the user can at least edit their tweet 5 to 10 minutes after they tweet it, because I think that's most of the time that people, right after they tweet something out, they go, what happens? You think of a really interesting thought and you tweet it and you're like, oh my gosh, I misspelled this basic word, right? A few minutes after you post it and people are already like liking it or sharing it, and you're like, oh, I guess I'll just leave it up. But so I think that's, if I had to guess, the best way to roll out an edit option, that'd probably be the most responsible way to do it. Definitely seen a lot of Texas toast on the screen. I appreciate it. In the beginning, everyone, Twitter made everyone follow. Yeah, there's these weird defaults, right? And and not just Twitter, I've noticed on other platforms as well, the suggested follows and the suggested topics are pretty interesting. Can you buy Steele coin with Dogecoin? You certainly can, Alex. You certainly can. In a sense, they're one and the same. So guys, this is a great night for Dogecoin. We are hanging sturdy, hanging tough, as the New Kids on the Block once said in 1987. Comfortably trading over 15 cents. Fox Business reporting Elon Musk purchases stakes in Twitter after slamming its approach to free speech. Twitter shares jumped more than 25% in price following Monday's news. Musk now controls nearly 74 million shares of the company, making him the largest shareholder, and individual stocks priced at $49, almost $50 on Monday morning. Musk's purchase comes roughly a week after he criticized Twitter for a lack of commitment to free speech. Given that Twitter serves as the de facto public square, failing to adhere to free speech principles fundamentally undermines democracy. Musk tweeted on March 26th, "What should be done? Is a new platform needed?" He later tweeted. This was all part of the plan, folks. This was all part of the plan. Many of Musk's nearly 80 million Twitter followers engaged and encouraged him at the time to buy Twitter's platform entirely or create his own. "Buy this one," tweeted Christina Pushaw, press secretary for Governor Ron DeSantis. And on it goes. On and on it goes. There's a meme I saw from the Babylon Bee. Speaking of lack of free speech, Babylon Bee's account has been suspended from Twitter, but they had this incredibly funny chart that they put up on their website the other day. And it's had a chart. I'm bringing it up right now. And it's called the Will Smith slap, as covered by 14 different news outlets. This is one of the funniest things I've ever seen the Babylon Bee post. Say that 3 times fast. So the Will slap, as covered by 14 different news outlets. Fox News, the headline: Oscars plagued by rise in crime. The Huffington Post, the patriarchal roots of slapping exposed. CNN, mostly peaceful Oscars threaten to distract from January 6th commission. OAN, if they hadn't, I can't say that on this platform. Salon, something supremacy, put it that way, has gotten out of hand. Snoops, false. We did not. Will did not slap Chris. Chris's cheek was struck by the palm of Will's hand. Vox, rethinking the slap, why getting slapped is actually a good thing. Daily Wire, Will Smith destroys Chris Rock with this one simple gesture. Teen Vogue, Will Smith's totally hot slap and how you can use it on your genderqueer partner in the bedroom. Infowars, Illuminati members stage fake slap to distract us all from the implementation of the New World Order. And Vice, I slapped myself 100 times and smoked crack to better understand Will Smith's experience. And The View, herder. And it goes on. But I thought that was pretty funny. A little spicy there, but I think worth the read. Well, I should get to some other stuff as well, guys. Pudgy Penguins NFT collection looks to its next chapter with a $2.5 million sale. I'm sure all of you have seen those Pudgy Penguins avatars or NFTs around. And they had an interesting shakeup wherein it became pretty evident that the folks that were leading the project were shockingly incompetent, and it really started affecting the investors. And consequentially, the community ousted the founding team, in a contentious Discord vote. And then now it took them a while where they were kind of ownerless project, and now a deal finally went through. Launched in July, CoinDesk writes, Pudgy Penguins has become one of the most popular NFT collections with over 49,000 Ether in trading volume. That's about 171 million in today's prices on the NFT marketplace OpenSea. Penguins were my first NFT purchase, Nets told CoinDesk. He was drawn to the collection because of the digital penguins, donning accessories from wizard hats and bow ties, blah, blah, blah. So it appears that new ownership and new team is in place on Pudgy Penguins. In my opinion, it couldn't be any worse than what they pulled themselves out of, but I think this is a good precedent to see, and something I would like to see more on NFT collections, wherein you don't feel the team is not living up to their responsibilities or their promises or their word. I think it's totally healthy for NFT communities to band together in their best investments and in the best interest of their investments, rather. So, I don't know. I thought that was kind of cool. The Daily Hold reporting today, Bitcoin and crypto setting up for a perfect storm, according to Raoul Pal, who's a macro guru and a former Goldman Sachs executive. So he was talking about how all the charting that he's been looking at is poising not only Bitcoin, but the entire greater market for a bullish trajectory to the likes that we've never seen within the near future here. I would put this at the moderately high to high probability category. I really like what I'm seeing out there across the board for crypto as it relates to its charting. Today, my friend and sometimes watcher of this program, It's All Risky, came out with a new newsletter. And as usual, he knocked it out of the park. I think It's All Risky does a great job with his or her writing. And I'm going to read just a little bit from that newsletter. And here I'm in it. But I'll get to that momentarily. In a follow-up tweet, Elon said the poll that he posted would have real-world consequences, leading to speculation that he might start his own platform or buy stake in Twitter. A day later, he leaned into this speculation, asking if there needs to be a new platform altogether. Elon Musk tweeting this out: given that Twitter serves as the de facto public square, failing to adhere to free speech principles fundamentally undermines democracy. What should be done? Is a new platform needed? The meme stock account Wall Street Bets chairman suggested that he buy Twitter and make its logo a Doge. Elon approved of the idea, sending the Doge army into a frenzy. Elon responding that, haha, that would be sick. Later that night, Dogecoin YouTube host Steele said that an Elon-backed social network would likely have a Dogecoin tip jar. Again, Elon approved. This morning, news broke that Elon has become Twitter's largest public shareholder with a $3 billion investment. Twitter stock surged 26%, Doge surged over 10%. And right now, the whole time we've been on here, folks, Doge is trading comfortably above 15 cents. Looking good. Okay, I think I'm about at the bottom of my notes, folks. I think I'm caught up on super chats. So I have a really cool announcement to make. Next week, I have the dates marked down here in my phone. Next week, Thursday and Friday, that's going to be April 14th and 15th, folks. You don't want to miss these back-to-back shows. They'll be starting a little earlier, for me anyway, at 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Now, what is going to occur on April 14th and 15th? I'm going to have a special 2-night show celebration, celebrating the 1-year anniversary of this community, the 1-year anniversary of this channel. So far, my confirmed guests include Ross Nickel, Coco Chanel. Who else do I got here? Sorry, I have a bunch of people, but I gotta look through my messages to make sure who's confirmed with me already. Lil Mook's gonna be there. Catherine Brodsky, awesome woman and great journalist, writer. Julia Love, Gary LaChance from the Dogecoin Foundation, he'll be on as well. So those are just a few of the confirmed guests so far. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be a powerhouse. We'll probably go extra long on both of those shows. And that will be next week, Thursday and Friday, the special 1-year anniversary celebration. It's going to be a packed house, a ton of guests. Oh, Nick Balls is going to be on as well. Sadaf is going to be on as well. It's going to be awesome, guys. It's going to be awesome. So don't miss it. Again, thank you everyone for tuning in. I hope you had a good time. I know I did. If you don't already follow me on Twitter, please give me a follow over there. I love staying connected with you guys there. It's Mr. Steven Steele. That's the only legit one there. Mr. Steven Steele. Again, thank you guys so much for tuning in. And thank you so much for the generous super chats tonight, guys. Really appreciate you guys. Stay positive. There's a lot to be positive about out there, guys. We've just begun. Until next time, this is your man, Real Deal Steven Steele. Sign out. Take care.